So it's the start of the wipe, and obviously not everyone's gonna have access to all the guns in the world. And quite personally, one of my favorite weapons to use are typically the bullpups. I've already made a video on the L85A2, I believe it was called. But today we're gonna be talking about the AUG. So why do I think this gun is actually one of the best, like level 2 or just in general guns to use? Well, it's mainly because in of itself it already comes with a pretty good scope, and then also iron sights. Iron sights in of itself. The only disadvantages are that you can't really put a laser on it, and it takes its own magazines. These are like specifically polymer mags, so they don't really work very well with Stanak mags, which typically are the more universally findable magazines out there. But just the very fact that you don't need to buy a scope, and it comes built in with its own close range, long range, it makes it a real contender for the early game. And that's what we're gonna do for today. We're gonna do a little AUG showcase. Uh, and yeah, I will see you guys in raid. Well, that was certainly interesting. I don't know if you guys saw whatever just happened, but I spawned in the air, and it took me like a good 10 seconds to spawn in as well. Huh, interesting. So, so Island has been buffed, which is great, because you know, anything that remotely buffs Island is a good thing. Because last time it came to be, it was well, number one, in the first place, it's too small. It's too big for just, you know, solo PvEs in general, which is the main content that I do. Second thing, Second thing being that it was severely under it had severely too little loot for that, for however big it was. So just them adding in more more stuff makes it better. So you can kind of already see the gun in action here. These are all some pretty long range fights that you typically would have to take closer in, but just based off the fact that I have this gun in and of itself just made engaging it much safer. Because typically the whole thing about like AI, at least for PvE, is that you want to take long range distance fights because their aim really starts to fall off the further away you get. But it kind of you know, you can't. So yeah, you just want to take the longer range fights, at least for the early game. It doesn't really matter if you're in the late game, cause the late game you probably have like 20 million MCX spears and like everything in the world your heart could desire. So it wouldn't really matter at that point, right? But even if you were unluckily enough to get into close range, you can always just use the irons down here to basically just get you get you that edge in case you're not point blank range like I just was. I was planning to make a video of like what not to do for just in general, and I think I might actually use that come time, cause that's definitely one thing you're not supposed to do, is just have your gun at low ready all the time, so you don't have to, you know, take it out and then start shooting, cause the seconds will matter and whatever. So what's there to say about the AUG? Once again, it's pretty much just like any other M16 or whatever that you'll find out there. Only difference is that it takes its own magazines, which can be annoying for some people, but if you don't care too much about that, it's actually surprisingly a very decent weapon, because it comes with built-in benefits. I mean, granted, you can't really, you know, swap the scope or anything, but to be honest, it's all you really need, right? At least that's how I see it. I mean, if you really want to make the argument for not finding the polymer mags very often, and if you were truly desperate for ammo, you could honestly just go and take magazines out, or better yet, just find 5.56, right? I forgot. I'm so used to doing that on O Island. There's no, well, I guess now I would have to drop into the onto that air AC unit now. Oh well, I mean, it doesn't matter. So, if you were to compare this to basically like all the other stuff that they typically give you in the bunker when you do unlock it, for like I guess when you first start out, you get like a couple AK alphas. I think that should typically, if you were playing PvE, that should technically be what you should be using, because I mean, it's unlikely that you're gonna lose stuff when you're playing PvE anyways. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, since it's unlikely that you're gonna be losing your gear, because AI is just so much of a non-issue, you can typically just opt for using the AK alphas. But you kind of need a scope for that, or at least, you know, the ones that don't come with they come with like the regular sight, but that's not very good. So you can decide, but I personally like using. I mean, I would, in terms of practicality, it would be more useful to just use what's given to you, because it's not a net loss. But I like to experiment with guns here and there, and I just so happen to found in one of my other videos, just so happen to found one of these bad boys. Also, one thing that I noticed about Island in general was that they actually still have the old splash art for the loading screen when you So yeah, it's still using old art, which is well, you know, they have to find some time to take a screenshot and then use new splash art. So can't blame them. There have been other priorities at hand, really. Is there no one that spawns here anymore? It's a little odd. So, if you saw my previous video, which I will definitely upload before this one, you'll know like what basically happened and why it's completely redundant for me to basically do any of this because I already got that gun, and it's not there's no real point to be using any other gun other than that, now that that's literally the most powerful, the best gun that I have at this current point in time. So I just think that, you know, using the same gun over and over, especially I would love a little bit of variety, you know? So it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. That's for sure. I'm surprised that there are rarely any phoenixes here anymore. Well, okay, this was the thing that I was talking about, right? Say you get something like this. It's a Stanag Max, so it doesn't have what you technically need. You literally do this, and then if you have the patience for it, you literally just take out all the bullets because they fill it to about 66%. So that's 14 bullets. I mean that's not really 66%. That's more of a like 45-ish%, but you take what you can get, you know. I would actually like to use that because I have a video planned up that requires the use of a shotgun, but we can't. So I do notice that there are more crates in here now. I did notice that. And I mean it still kind of stands, unfortunately, that as much as New Island looks great, it's still just a little bit too large for a PvE player. I plan to make a new an updated maps tier list now cuz they added, you know, all these like all these new things. So
Ципнись, Mayday! Ципнись!
so there's the everything has kind of shifted because of you know the general availability of every map. Loot pools have now changed. Island is honestly no longer S tier. I'll just say that, especially now considering the fact that that island doesn't even have night. It just makes it really redundant to run at this current point in time. This is like if you want like a Tarkov experience, but unfortunately it's not very good for a PvE standpoint. But I digress. Some PvE solo people may enjoy it. I personally think that you'd be better, that since the loot pool is entirely at your feet, you would probably be more inclined to tackle something like, say, Maul, because Maul is clearly an S tier now, just based off the fact that you can have the potential to spawn 2 bosses, you know, and it's a small enough map. Like, have y'all seen how I used to farm farm that thing back in the day? I was a demon. I was getting like what? I was getting like no, it was like 1 million, and I was getting like 100k per uh per 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 round. I guess the fish cultists are not guaranteed spawns anymore, or they are somewhere inside waiting to promptly ambush me. I do want to explore the island a little bit more because I explored it quite a bit in my first island video, but not to the extent that not to the fullest extent. So that's good. There's a lot of okay, cool. And my organization skills looks a little bit messy now, but it's fine, I assure you. 549 by 39, 357. So, in technicality, do we have a lighthouse? Yeah, we do. I want to exfil at lighthouse, so the first match might take a while. If if it takes quite long, then I'll probably only go to one other map after this. Or maybe I'll just I'll just make it entirely about this one rate. Oops. So how should you use the AUG? I think honestly, if you're doing close quarters combat, maybe not the one to use. I honestly think that if you're specifically looking for just something that's CQB, you literally be better off with any other gun. But if you're looking for long range like this, it's not bad, because when you pay for the gun, you pay for the scope as well. And I mean, I do know that I technically, if I remember correctly, I do have a knife. What the hell is going on with this guy? So I think there's a rendering issue, cause as you can see, like if you go beyond a certain point, it stops moving entirely. But at this point, I'm kind of just inside the thing as well. So I think to effectively use this gun, you need to keep a regular eye distance from it. I mean, it would be better this way anyways, considering you wouldn't smack yourself in the eye with the thing. I mean, not that it's really relevant in this. It's not that it's really relevant in this particular situation, because well, you know, it's a video game. You can suspend disbelief. Funny story actually. I was scrolling through like Into the Radius 2, because I wanted to make a video on that, on playing that game. Maybe like a triple, maybe like three or more videos about it. And I just wanted to read the forums to see how's the game in general. Cause I played it when they introduced that Old Town thing, but not that much since. And then I saw this one post that was incredibly funny and unintentionally because the guy said that the game economy is unbalanced, which I guess I kind of agreed to a certain extent, because the last time I played it I only had one I only had one I could only afford to buy very few guns at any point in time, which I guess is the point because it's survival, right? But he told me that he blew through 24 magazines of in total. And first off, like, how I'm absolutely flabbergasted by this guy's ability to carry 24 magazines in in one expedition, right? Like, I typically bring, like, in Tabor here I bring six and one. Also, I think that prom model is just permanently gone. I bring three right now, six if it's a small magazine, and then that's pretty much how I roll. In Tabor, I carry three, and then if I have like a stalag mag, I have one, and then I have one fill and one empty, because that's basically 300 bullets, right? This guy blew through 24 magazines of 7.62. He didn't specify which 7.62, but I assume it to be 39, since 39 is probably the most common. It's probably the most common one. Okay, we're too far. We're extracting at Lighthouse because we never got to see Lighthouse the last time we came here. And then people initially were backing him up, and then people started to get skeptical on how the hell did he blow through that much ammo in one sitting. Cause that, I mean, even playing it myself, I also kind of failed to understand it. And then he actually told us that he actually got very defensive about his playstyle in general, and then he actually, with a straight face, told us that he was laying down suppressive fire in a fucking video game, man. I get it. Suppressive fire technically makes sense for PvP, I guess, but definitely not for a game like Into the Radius 2, where your enemies are all bots, and nobody gives a shit about suppressive fire. He starts citing real life applications, and that you would be laying down suppressive fire in real life. I was like, but you're not playing real life. This isn't real life. This is a game. They do not react. And he was like, yeah, but as a result, I get hit very less. I get damaged very less. But then, what's the point of the medical syringes? Like, if you get hit in real life, you instantly either get put out of combat or instantly die. Is that what you wish to happen in the game? So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, you know. It's just, I mean, at the very least, to give him credit, he did realize that the whole pace of the game isn't his shebang, because specifically because he can't do what he wants to do, which is lay down suppressive fire. I guess maybe he should be looking at, like, I don't know, if he's interested in survival game, if he's interested in these type of expedition looting games, maybe he should consider anything but a you know, anything but a survival management game. Just a speculation, you know, because he definitely isn't gonna be benefiting from that. Maybe like I don't know, convergence also also has resource management. Uh, maybe like maybe not survival. Maybe like one of those tac shooters that give you like infinite ammo. I don't know which ones out there actually exist, because as far as I remember, most tac shooters out there actually do have one. And you don't even lay down suppressive fire in those tac shooters, because you have like because you also don't have this guy's just being stupid. Like I hate to say it, but he was just he he tried. It's not as if you cannot apply military strategies to video games. I'm not saying that. It's just that he didn't apply the right one for the he didn't apply the correct military military tactic to the right situation, and he complains about it on the internet that it's unfair. So what do you want exactly? I don't know, but Marlin. You know, ever since that previous video that I just made, my eyes have been open to a whole new world of a 44 Magnum. So, well, I mean, I guess you can kind of guess what it is, because there's not really a lot of guns out there that are in 44 Magnum. Okay, so this is the lighthouse. The previous lighthouse in game was incredibly out of the way, and it didn't have an exfil near it, except for beach. But you would have to you would have to go and do a whole walkabout just to reach there. I'll grab that later for exfil. I'll grab this later for exfil as well. Okay, well, seems like just your ordinary whatever. You think the catnip's here, or worse yet, there's some enemies here? An MP5 at the back. That's interesting. Okay, well, you know what? Credit given where it's due. At least they didn't make Lighthouse so incredibly miserable to climb up. There's only two things, because the old island's the old island's lighthouse was, as Americans like to call it, a whole nothing burger. It was literally just nothing. So there was very little point in climbing it very often, unless you were to do a quest for it specifically. Okay, well, I have to say that this is unfortunately a very dangerous exfil, because there's no sightlines whatsoever. Because there's no cover whatsoever. Jesus Christ. It's pretty much the pure exfil, but somehow it manages to be even worse, really. All right, well, let's hop into another match, and I will see you right then. So honestly, Maul has been a pretty big contender for like I said in the previous round. Maul is really one of the best maps right now, because of just the fact that you have zero foxtrot running everywhere these days. Kill a couple of these bad boys, you can get some great armor, great everything, you know, and then you don't need to worry about it. In fact, I came here on. Came here on one of my other. Hold on, I need to focus now. So ever since Zero Foxtrot, it's been clearly one of the top contenders for just for maps. Because you know, you run around, you kill everybody, you get some pretty good armor. Hey. Is that Tatra again? I believe I just took down Tatra again. Yep, that's Tatra. Well, is this going to be the new every time? Is this going to be the new thing? Back last raid it was last time I played Tabor last wipe, it was for every single time every time I play the game oh, it's not Tatra, it's Nikolai. Oh well, it's okay. I don't mind. In fact, I'm more than happy. Well, looks like I just got both boss guns within like 4 raids of each other. Is that a C1300? Hell. So yeah, it's I think it's pretty clear to say that Maul's pretty much the best map in the game right now, especially with what just clearly happened. But it's still a AUG video, unfortunately. So here we get the showcase the perfect mid range that the AUG really benefits from. So if you're that close, you can point fire. If you're not so close, you can just do this, and then yeah. You, sir, had a delete. Okay, I'll be taking all of these. Thank you very much. Since I kind of need a couple more heals, I'll come into here and then check it out, and then I'll head down to see if there's a GPU spawn, because you know, surprisingly I do need GPU spawns again. I do need GPUs again. So I guess we can start a new thing with me, instead of with every video I make I get a GPU, now it's with every video I make I kill a boss. That can happen. I just need to keep spamming the I just need to, you know, like constantly just keep going to Maul. Eventually it's gonna happen. But it's actually a little bit crazy that I've gotten both both bosses within and I still haven't even managed to power on my bunker yet. I killed both bosses before I got a GPU.
Ты забыл, пархам?
And let me tell you, we're gonna have a very successful raid wipe ahead of us if this is the precedent. Even got an AK drum. Look at that. Every time we go mall, it's it's like the best. It's like the best thing, hands down. Okay, well. I keep all my junk now, by the way, because they don't really sell for much anyway, so better to save them now, and then if I ever have to do like a turning quest, then I won't live to regret it. It looks like we're fully out of ammunition, unfortunately. So we're gonna this raid's like what, 10 minutes long. So we'll wait and see we'll wait and see what's the video length so far. Closer. A little bit of a hello guys. I can see that this thing is now closed, which is interesting to say the least. Okay, well, let's head to... Well, I don't think both bosses can spawn at the same time, so I doubt if I were to check, Tatra would be there. But I already have Tatra gear from the last time, so I'm not exactly hunting for him. I'm mostly just fucking around and finding out, I suppose. So yeah, I guess this is the AUG showcase, I suppose we can call it. Where did that guy go? Dang it. I'll just wait for him here. I'm fully exposed, by the way, so bad idea. There should be two here typically. Where's the other one? It's right there. This one shot area is definitely one place to go to very often, because of just all this, really. I mean, one shots are surprisingly more useful than you think. I used to think they were kind of meh, but after like, you know, I started using after I started using them more often, I guess I guess this can't use a night vision. Not that I would actually. You know what? I'm not taking that because as much as it is technically night vision, I hate the single circle thing. Like that's pretty much the very same one that we used back in the military. Uh, Not that I would ever know because I was never a sergeant, so I never actually got to use it. Well, actually, I did. I did. I didn't use that. I got a commander radio because I was because I think one of the commanders wasn't around and they had no choice but to fit me. So which is very something that troopers don't typically get to experience. So it's just further confirmation that they really just did everything in their power to make me do as much as I possibly could, right? Also, this is really funny. I I thought about it because you know what you could do? You could like set a trip while you open it. There goes my dick fellow. All right. Well, I guess that's it for the AUG review. I'll see y'all at the outro. Give me a moment. Alright, and that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it. The AUG is definitely, certainly one of, I think, if not one of the best early game guns out there to use. Just mostly because it just comes with the benefit of a scope, which is technically what you wouldn't be able to unlock very early into the game, anyways, unless you loot it. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.